Hi everybody, welcome to my next live. These are getting a little bit easier to do, but I still have a few ticks, so bear with me while I work through these. The reason I wanted to pop on tonight was because I was thinking about a question today, and the question originated in the early 1700s by a philosopher named Berkeley. Berkeley penned the question, but he never offered a response, an answer to that question. Rather, he left it out hanging for us to ponder, as philosophers often do. The question reappeared again in the late 1800s in a science magazine, which put a different kind of a spin on the question. And this question is, we've all heard it before, if a tree falls in the middle of a forest and nobody's around to hear it, does it make a sound? Now this is where the audio geek in me wants to come out and play a little bit, because clearly the answer is that obviously the tree does not make a sound. For sound to happen, we need three things. We need a source, we need a medium, and we need a receptor. So the source, of course, is the tree falling, creating an energy for to travel through the medium, which is air. Our receptors are the ears. So if the receptors are missing, it's nothing more than energy moving through time and space. The reality is that the tree fell, and trees make noise when they fall. We've all heard a tree fall. It makes a noise, but at the same time, we were also there acting as a receptor to hear the tree fall, completing the cycle. So the reality does not always equal the perception. Einstein once wrote that the moon does not exist unless somebody looks at it. He also later wrote that it's impossible to test that hypothesis because once you look to where the moon should be, it's of course going to be there because you looked at it. It wasn't just hearing and sight that were challenged. All of the senses were challenged. Taste, touch, smell, all of them. And the school of thought here is that senses don't exist except in our mind as perceptions. You see, the reality is that an orange has a texture. That's just reality. But how an orange feels to me is different than how an orange feels to you or to anybody else in the world. A trumpet sounds different to me than it does to anybody else because we perceive it a little bit different. Our bodies, our makeups, they're all different. Reality does not equal perception. I'm driving down the road and a guy runs a stop sign, almost causes a terrible accident. That's a reality. The perception could be a number of things. It could have been shock or anger, or for me it would be, oh, thank God that was close, gratitude. Actions happen all around us every day, but it's not the actions that define our character. It's our reactions to those actions that define our character. And our reactions are controlled completely by our perceptions. One day, a long time ago, a friend called me. He forgot something in his house. Would I go get it for him? He said, the door is locked, but the windows are open. Go ahead and climb in and grab it. I knew him well. I knew his dogs. I didn't think anything of it. So I went over and I climbed through the window. Once I got inside, there were 2 squad cars already there waiting for me. You see, the reality was that a man was climbing through somebody else's window. The neighbor's perception was that somebody was breaking in. His perception guided his reaction. His reaction was to call the police. Thank God his reaction wasn't to shoot first. So our reactions are controlled by our perceptions. Every day we perceive things. How we perceive those is going to change how we react to the actions. And the reaction is our defining part of our character. So something to think about. I want to leave you with this thought. Reality is merely an illusion, says Einstein, albeit a persistent one. Thanks for joining me tonight, and I will see you all soon. Thanks. Bye-bye.